What's responsible for getting you into boxing?
A bloody nose from a cousin. We used to have gatherings at an uncle's house when I was 5, 6 years old, every weekend, family gatherings. And for fun, all the uncles would lace up the gloves and fight. So then one day in one of these gatherings, one of my uncles, he says, "Why don't we get the kids to fight? That'll be fun." So once he said that, I was like I went like running somewhere like to hide, you know. I don't want them to pick me. So I said, let's have Oscar and George was his name. He was 2 years older than me. Let's have Oscar and George fight. And I remember I was scared and crying, and so George hits me in the nose and I start bleeding and I start crying. I run to my father. And the first thing my father says is, "Yo, you guys watch, you guys wait. I'm gonna take him to the gym and just give me a few months and we'll have a rematch." So that's how I was introduced to boxing.
To what extent do you think your father was too strict?
I think throughout my whole childhood, I always felt he was too strict. I always felt that he was, I guess, living through me, you know. So because he was an ex-fighter himself, so I always felt, well, here's a man that really didn't accomplish his goals inside the ring. You know, he wanted to become a champion, he never did. He wanted to be, you know, a gold medalist, he never did. You know, so here's a man who was pushing me every single day, and I didn't understand what he was trying to do at the time, but I just felt, man, this man is just so demanding and so pushy, and I didn't have a choice back then but to listen to him, obviously, because he's my father and I respect him. But now that I understand, I appreciate it.
You do?
I appreciate it so much.
Why?
Because he instilled a lot of great qualities in me, a lot of bad ones too, but I appreciate and look at the good ones, you know.
How much do you think you were able to enjoy life growing up?
I just didn't enjoy it, you know. Life out of you know, away from boxing, it's like, what life? I didn't have a life. It was boxing. That's it. 24/7. That was my life. You know, I was born to be a fighter. I was bred to be a fighter. You know, that's the bottom line. And yeah, there was a period of time where I resented that till recently. You know.
Till recently?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did it change recently?
Because I've come to the conclusion and I've made amends with my father. You know, I've accepted the fact that he was just trying to do good for me. He was trying to just help, you know, and he was trying to create this champion, you know, and that's all it was, you know. So I forgive him for everything that he did, and you know, it was for my own good.
When was the first time he told you he was proud of you?
I'm still waiting for it.
Really?
I'm still waiting for it, and that was one of those big resentments that I think that's the last one that I still have, is that I'm still waiting for that acceptance, you know. Like, son, you did good. I love you. I'm waiting for that.
Why do you think that hasn't happened?
I believe he does love me. I believe he does want to tell me. But look, I understand that he's a man that grew up in a very tough environment. You know, that whole machismo thing, you know, that a lot of Mexican men have, you know, or Latino men, or but I understand it. It's okay. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear that, you know, coming that, you know, from my father, like, son, I'm proud of you. Great job. I love you. That would be pretty cool.
How has that impacted how you parent?
Oh my gosh. I tell my kids I love them every single day. Every single day.